All right, everyone. Here with Brooke Henderson at the LPGA Drive-On Championship in the Virtual Media Center. If you have any questions for Brooke, please let us know in the chat function of the Zoom call. But I just want to start things off. You've had two impressive performances the last 2 weeks as we get ready for this third event of 2022. How comfortable are you feeling in your game? And just take us through what the last 2 weeks have been like.
Yeah, it's been really exciting to be in contention and climbing the leaderboards on both weekends. It's pretty cool. You know, in the off season, I really wanted to put in some work, and I'm really happy with how things have progressed over the last couple months. And you know, to see some of the hard work pay off is really cool. And I think I'm just a few shots away and a couple breaks away from getting the next W, which is really exciting. And it's just been a lot of fun out on tour these last 2 weeks.
I'll tie in a question from the Zoom on this. You talk about your off-season work, but you also made some changes as well with the Titleist ball. the tailor-made ball there. Just what are some of the changes you've seen reflected in the past adjustments you made this year already?
Yeah, switching to the TP5X has been a huge change for me. It's really exciting. Right away I saw huge improvements, and to have 2 top 10 finishes and a hole-in-one right after I switched, I feel like I definitely made the right decision. And it's exciting moving forward, and I'm excited to play it this week. And it's been really windy, and I feel like that ball flies really well in the wind. So hopefully that'll give me a little bit of confidence.
All right, one more before we open it up for questions here. What have you taken away from your game the last 2 weeks? I know you've had a little sneak peek of Crown Colony as well, but what has it been like getting used to this course here?
I was able to play here once during the off season, which was nice just to kind of get a first look at the course and how it was going to play. And then, coming in this week, it has been very windy, so it'll definitely be a big challenge if it continues over the next 3 days. But just trying to get the right lines off tees. And, for the most part, I think you can be aggressive. It just kind of depends on the conditions on the wind, but I think you can be aggressive here and make a lot of birdies. So hopefully I'll be making a lot and climbing the leaderboard.
Now, you live, 20 minutes away?
Yeah.
Is this the only event where you stay at home, or do you stay at home CME?
Also CME.
Okay, so both of those there are home games for you. How do you like that as opposed to being out of a suitcase on the road?
Honestly, there's definitely pros and cons to both. Sometimes when you're staying at home, you think, oh, it's just an off week, it's an off season, so you're not maybe as focused, especially early in the week. So you kind of have to pay attention to that. Remember, you're in a tournament. You need to wake up early, and you need to go through your regular routines. Just because when you're on the road week after week, you really get into the routine, and you stock your bag the night before, and you're in a hotel room that's only so big, so you kind of know where everything is and things, where at home, everything's spread out. So it does take a little bit of adjustment, but I do appreciate staying in my own bed, and, at the same time, I enjoy the relaxation that home presents.
And did you know this place existed prior to them saying we were going to have this?
No, it was a new course to me, and so I'm excited to, play this week.
And a pleasant surprise?
Yeah, for sure. There's so many great golf courses in this area, which is one reason why I moved here. Just so many opportunities.
Do you play? How does it compare to Miramar Lakes? Miramar Lakes, is that right? Mm-hmm. How does it compare to Miramar Lakes?
I think the greens are a different type of grass, so it's a little bit different that way. But I mean, for the most part, you can be aggressive on some shots, and the greens out where I play at home are pretty slopey, and these greens can be on a few holes too. So I feel like there's definitely some similarities to it, and definitely, the heat and the wind, all very similar to what I play on.
And that was going to be my next question. A lot of times it isn't the golf course itself, it's the environment. It's being able to understand what that ocean breeze is going to do. Do you feel as though you have an advantage in that respect?
Yeah, playing in Florida the last few weeks, being here at sea level or below sea level, your distances. And so sometimes when I go out west, I really have to adjust my distances. And so players that live out west and come to Florida, it'd be a big adjustment because the ball doesn't fly as far here as it does in other places in the country. So for one thing, is a nice advantage that I have living in Florida and playing these 3 events is, I don't have to fight with my yardages. I know them. And also I've played in these windy conditions pretty much the last 2 months. So all those things are nice to, be familiar with, and hopefully gives me a little bit more confidence on the weekend.
And the last thing for me is tonight is going to be the opening ceremonies of the Olympics. I think that's tomorrow in China. Do you have any Olympians that that are over there? Any hockey players or anything on the teams?
I definitely love watching Canada compete, and especially in the Winter Olympics, with hockey and figure skating and skiing, and it's all very exciting. I think I'm just cheering for anybody wearing a Maple Leaf, but honestly, I love just watching the Winter Olympics from any country and just seeing the athleticism and how determined they are and focused, and it's very inspiring to me just to watch any sport from any country.
Any friends over there?
None personally, not that I can think of right now, but lots of people that I'll be cheering for.
Great.
All right, Greg.
He took all mine. So I came up with one. What's it like when you have a 54-hole event, and you don't have as many of those? How does that mindset different?
Yeah, the mindset is very different. I do love a 3-day event here and there. It's definitely a little bit of a break, but right off the bat, you need a solid day the first round to really put yourself in it. 4 days, you can kind of make up ground if you don't play so well the first day, but in a 3-day event, it's just that much shorter, and it's that much more important to get off to a fast start and, hopefully get close to the top of the leaderboard and stay there the rest of the week.
All right, I'll open it up to Zoom. Adam, I know you have a question.
Yep, perfect. Hey, Brooke.
Hey, Adam.
I was just wondering if you could speak to your grouping. Obviously, right off the hop, grouped with Nelly and with Inby Park. Is there anything about their games that stand out to you as things that are really impressive? And of course, Nelly had such a wonderful season last year with the gold medal and the 4 wins as well. But specifically to both of their games, is there anything that stands out to you about them?
Yeah, when I saw the pairings yesterday, I was like, wow, great group. So it's definitely really exciting to be playing with Nelly and Inby, both very impressive players. As you mentioned, the season that Nelly had last year was a lot of fun to watch, and she's a great player, and she's a lot of fun to play with. We can have some nice chats in the fairways, and Inby, what an impressive career, and I love to just watch her, especially around the greens. Very inspiring, and I look forward to playing with both of them tomorrow.
How about your momentum level right now after 2 straight top 10s to start the year?
Yeah, very exciting to get back-to-back top 10s. Last year, that was something that I was a little disappointed in, the lack of number of top 10s that I had in comparison to other years. So it's nice to, get off to a faster start. And, solo second the first week back was really nice. And both weeks, I feel I was very close to being even better, which is very exciting and just gives me some more motivation to continue to work hard and try to fix a few things that need to be fixed, and also just continue to work on the consistency of the rest of the game.
Amazing. Thanks so much. Good luck. Good to see you.
I'll wrap it with a couple here, but you seem very, relaxed, yet the confidence you exude on the course these last 2 weeks has really shown. What does that do as you're preparing for this upcoming season? What do those 2 top 10 finishes do for your confidence as you're looking at your schedule and you're planning out when you want to play?
Well, thank you. But yeah, it's been a fun start, and I've also been really trying to take advantage of being able to use my 48-inch driver these last few weeks, and I'll be able to use it in Asia, but after that I'll have to make the switch. So definitely trying to make the most of these weeks. That's definitely been on the back of my mind, and I look forward to staying at home this week and hopefully getting off to a fast start tomorrow, and seeing if I can get in contention come the weekend, and then going over to Asia. I haven't been in a couple years, so I'm definitely looking forward to going over there. 2 of my favorite events, and I've definitely missed them. So excited to go over there and have no cuts and just try to be aggressive.
Following up on the Asia part of it, I was talking to Madeline, and she's like, well, we went last year and we had food hanging on our door and stuff like that. Is there, and not that everything's back to normal, but is there some comfort in knowing that perhaps the restrictions won't be as bad in the protocols?
Yeah, it's nice that the restrictions aren't as tight as they were last year. I feel like it was necessary last year, the way things were, but it's nice that it feels that is trending in the right direction, and they don't have to be quite as strict over there. And, you know, we made the choice not to go last year just because we were uncomfortable, my sister and I. But this year, you know, I feel like the world's hopefully in a better place, and our comfort level has definitely improved a little bit. So looking forward to getting back over there and competing.
All right. I think that will do it for me. Thank you, everyone on the call, and good luck this week, Brooke.
Awesome. Thank you.